Welcome to Spitbucket. This week we're here, Didier Mariotti. Welcome to Spitbucket from Mumm Champagne. Now, you've come out for a tour and you brought with you your latest vintage of the LaLou, plus also
the Cordon Rouge.
Tell us about where Mumm is at the moment.
Mumm is #1 in France.
Yep.
And it's the third biggest brand worldwide. So, and Australian market is an important market for us. So it's why I'm just come for the week.
Okay. And how long have you been involved?
For Mumm, I've been involved since 2003. And 2005 and 2006 as a chief winemaker.
It's probably fair to say that if you go back to the 50s and say, well, Mumm had a reputation as one of the great houses, that dipped a bit, but in recent years it's come right back.
Yeah, I try to do my best to increase the quality, because effectively Mumm was #2 in the 50s, 60s and 80s, and the quality was very good at the time. And then we had a small problem, but I think we are back, and the quality is very good right now.
I think that the wines I've seen from you guys in the last 5-6 years that have been way ahead of what you were doing before. Which is,
thank you.
Now, well, we get to this. I'm quite excited about this, but you better tell us about the Cordon Rouge. Cheers.
Cheers.
What a lovely fresh style, isn't it?
Yes. The idea is really to keep the freshness of the fruits. I'm using the 3 varieties, so the Pinot Noir, which is the most important in the blend, which is 45%.
Yep.
And the Pinot Noir and the Pinot Meunier for 25% are bringing all the fruits, white fruits and yellow fruits.
Yep.
And I want to keep the freshness of the fruits with a non-vintage Cordon Rouge.
Well, I mean, that's just lovely fresh style.
It has to be an easy to drink wine, just to refresh, bring some structure, but not too much for the moment. And then if you want something very complex, we have the LaLou Cuvee for that.
Well, now, when was the first LaLou?
The first LaLou vintage was 1966.
Okay.
And we had the last one from the first release, which was 1985.
And then it stopped for a while.
And then it stopped for 15 years.
Yep.
And then we relaunched the LaLou with 1998. And now it's 1999.
Okay. Well, I remember the launch of the 1998 was on the edge of the Sydney Harbour with boats coming in. It was a magnificent night.
With Mark Best, and we played with the temperature.
It was one of the great nights. It really was. We better have a look at it, hadn't we? What are your thoughts comparing the two vintages, 1998 and 99? 98
is a very balanced vintage, but very strong vintage, and very complex.
Yep.
You have a lot of characteristics, but it's very when you taste the wine, you can smell everything very quickly. 99 is interesting because you have to go into the wine. It's very complex, but it's a little bit less powerful and full-bodied than compared to the 98.
Okay.
But it's interesting. It's very elegant wine, and the vintage is quite amazing.
Oh no. That's obviously had a long time on leaves.
10 years.
Okay.
And it's important to age a long time for this kind of cuvee. The more you age, the more you bring structure and complexity to the wine.
Okay, yeah.
You can feel everything in the wine.
It just keeps going and going and going,
straight,
doesn't it?
Yeah. The 98 was very powerful in the mid palate. 99 is very straight, crispy. But if you let the wine warm up a little bit more, going to 12 degrees, like we did with Mark Best in Sydney, we get more of the Pinot Noir.
That's right, we're doing
more
the temperature things, weren't we?
Exactly.
Yeah, to me, there's florals and hazelnuts and all sorts of things coming out of that. It's just, that really is quite a complex.
At the beginning of the Chardonnay, and then you start to have the fruits, but it's more mature fruits, and then you start to have all the nuts, the dried fruits, the honey coming also, the vanilla.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, subsequent vintages, what have you got coming for us? Or is that a big secret?
The next one for the LaLou will be O2.
Okay, well, that should be pretty special.
O2 is a great vintage, but I need to age it a little bit more to get more complexity.
Well, if you're just releasing this one, you've got a few years to go yet.
Yeah, we have like 3 maybe 4 years with this vintage, and then we will be able to release O2. My idea for the LaLou is always to age minimum 8 years, and my objective is 10 years. It's perfect.
And while I've got you here, the review of champagne that's going on, that's still proceeding?
Yes.
There was a look at some areas perhaps losing status, others getting it.
They are still working on it, but it will take a lot of time.
Okay.
So just for the moment, they define the new villages.
Yes.
And then they have to define in each villages the parcels of the land.
Okay.
So it will take maybe 5-6 years.
Still to go.
Yeah, it's still to go.
Okay, so it's a long time.
It's a very long time in France.
Didier, thank you so much for coming.
It was a pleasure.
It's great to see you again. Cheers. Remember, we
Cheers.
spit so you don't have to. Cheers.